Hello everyone, thank you for watching this special video on Sword Art Online. My name is Emmanuel, I am EMEA Product Manager at Bandai Namco, and today I am not alone. I am with Adeline,
Hi.
Marketing Manager at Wakanim, and also Grégoire from Ototo, Ofelbe, Communication and Marketing Manager.
Exactly.
So today, as I was saying, a special video on Sword Art Online. We will see the beginning of the series in France and in Europe in general. Then we will go through Phantom Bullet and Gun Gale Online with some special announcement. And finally, the latest arc with a new video games coming, as well as the continuation of the series in October. Well, thank you for both of you for being here today. Adeline, maybe you can explain us how the series began in Europe and especially in France.
Yeah, sure. Well, Sword Art Online, especially Encrad, has a very, very special place in Wakanim's history because when the first season began, it was in 2012, and we were quite a small streaming platform at the time, and nobody was expecting this. Like, it was a huge hit, and it helped us to build a whole community of anime fans around the series, because everybody wanted to know what was happening in Sword Art Online. And at the time, it was a very unique series, very modern show, because the idea that people were living in a VR world but they could die in the real world was really modern at the time. And of course many people took inspiration of this story afterwards, but it was Sword Art Online the first one who thought about it. So that's why we were really proud to make people discover this show in France, and then as we expanded our services in all Europe.
Okay, I see. Yeah, very interesting Sword Art Online with technology link and so on. I think that the series is also available in light novel and manga.
Exactly.
So can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yeah, sure. But first, you've been talking about first, and did you know that it's actually the 10th anniversary of the light novel series in Japan? It's been released 10 years ago, and I think that's amazing because it still remains in our memories. I mean, it's Encrad especially. It's such a powerful and deep series that it's still fresh. It still feels fresh to us even after 10 years. And for us too at Ofelbe, it's a very special series because when we saw it, we saw how it's one of those like rare series that can reach a lot of people all around the world. We thought that it had to be our first light novel series. So yeah, in 2014, when we announced the launch of Ofelbe, our light novel publishing brand, we thought that we had to go with Sword Art Online first, and that's what we did. And here we are now with 8 light novel volumes released in France, which are actually equivalent to 16 volumes in Japanese. And yeah, I think...
Yeah, the series is growing.
Exactly, the series grew with us, and it still feels really, really dear to us.
All right. Well, first as well at Bandai Namco, the series has begun in 2014 with Sword Art Online Holo Fragment, and at this time it was only in English and only on PS Vita. So the series has grown, and on the 24th of May we will release Sword Art Online Realization, essentially, that's so hard to say, Sword Art Online Auto Realization Deluxe Edition on Switch. So it is a JRPG game. You have some MMORPG-like interface. Player will be able to play as well with the Joy-Con, using the sword skill, and also you will meet a lot of NPC. And if in Encrad, the story was about players dying in a video game, actually it is the origin of Encrad, it is Enground, and here it is not the player who die, it is the NPC. So I think it's really interesting regarding how we see technologies and how we see NPC. It is just a computer programs, but actually Kirito see them as real players, real person. And I would like to know actually your opinion about that. What do you think in the future, how we will see the NPCs? Would they just be computer programs or more than that?
So yeah, it's the theme we can find in all the development of the series, and we can find it after Encrad, which there is a new season, which is in a shooting game, so JJO, Gun Game Online.
Exactly.
So it's the same characters, but in a whole new universe and world. So we can see how it evolves with the evolution of gaming at the same time. And we also had a spin-off, so which was broadcast last year in Wakanim and still available for free. And this spin-off is very interesting because it's Gun Game Online again, but with new characters and a very interesting female lead and a battle royale inspiration, which I find quite interesting. So it really shows how SIO is still relevant and keeps up with its time and evolve with it. So it's quite interesting. And I think it's also interesting to see how it can bring new people to discover this universe, because if you're not like a huge fan of swords and dragon action, you can still watch JJO and enjoy it. So, yeah.
Yes, that's true. And you have a special announcement for us.
Yeah.
Let us know more about it.
First, I want to talk again about Phantom Bullet. As you said, well, in Gun Game Online, it's a really interesting setting. It's full of potential. And I think maybe, like, viewers really do feel that it's really fresh to them, actually, because we've seen a lot of games with a post-apocalyptic setting, and while the rest of Sword Art Online is more of an old-schoolish, RPG universe, and so going in that kind of setting feels really fresh. All the more so with it being a battle royale, and I think some people might feel that they haven't seen enough of Gun Game Online, and that's exactly what alternative Gun Game Online delivers, and. Well, I don't know about you, but when I finished watching the anime, I only wanted one more thing. It was to see more of Gun Game Online, more of Lennon Fukajiro's antics, more of Battle Royale, and, well, that's actually more than one thing. But you get what I'm getting at. It's the fact that you'll have, actually, more of Gun Game Online real soon. Ototo is proud to announce that we'll be releasing the Sword Art alternative Gun Game Online manga by Tadashi Tamori and Keiichi Shigesawa on the 26th of April. It's, I think, well, Adeline did a really good job of presenting the series, so I don't have that much more to say. I mean, GGO is all about its strong yet quirky characters, its impactful action, and I think the manga really does a great job of capturing the quirks of all its colorful cast of characters, all its action it's got some really great panels, and I think that reader will be thrilled to discover it all over again with the manga that's so gonna be released next month, and you'll see more of it soon.
I'm sure that people are really looking for reading it, as I am actually. Yeah. So on the video game side, we have also a video game sharing the same universe as alternative Gun Game Online and Gun Game Online. It is Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet that will be released for the Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet Complete Edition during summer 2019. And as you said, there is all the characters from the universe of Sword Art Online, including Pitowi and Len from alternative Gun Game Online, but also from Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale, Yuna and Eiji. So in this case, you are not playing at Kirito, you are playing as your very own characters, you have your very own avatar and you can customize it. You will find a very special AI, Arphasis, and actually I can tell you that Kirito will be really jealous of the player. So it is a shooting game, like the anime, like the light novel. And on this side, what is interesting is the relationship that you will build with your Arphasis, with your AI. It is about the free will of AIs. Can they actually make choice? What kind of choice? Is it bad? Is it good? And that is also a question we can ask nowadays in our daily life, because there is more and more AI coming to us. So what do you think? Do you think that AI will be able to make choice? And do you consider them as real player as well? In Fatal Bullet, there is two main heroines, Kuria and Zaliska, and actually they are part of the first episode of Alicization.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, we can see that actually light novel, manga, anime and video games are all linked together.
Yeah.
So that's very great. So let's go through Alicization, Adeline.
Yeah.
Tell us more about this wonderful arc, this wonderful series.
Yeah, so Alicization, I think, is really, really an interesting part of the story. So it now has been running for 6 months straight, and just when you look at the length of the story, it has as many episodes as a previous season, but it's just midpoint. So when the producer promised like he would honor the material and take time to develop the characters and the stories, he did it. So we will have lots of episodes, 2 timed broadcasts, and which is needed because Alicization is very interesting because it's a brand new world with lots of new characters and new rules too, even if we can still find some Aincrad fighting sword style, which is always welcomed because it's nice. But and what's very interesting is also the new character, which is Yu-Gi-Oh, and is very linked to this theme we were talking about with synthesized souls and RA, how are they going to be depicted in games in the future? And I think Sword Art Online Alicization asked this question. And it's also interesting to see how, for the first time, Sword Art Online is not focused on romance, but on bromance, because it's all the story of friendship between Yu-Gi-Oh and Kirito, which is important in this story. Yeah, I think the second part will be quite amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty impatient.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so we've talked about the story, about the themes of Alicization, and so by now I think our viewers will be wondering, why is this guy here? Why should I be reading the light novel series actually? And should I be reading the light novel series?
Of course you should.
Yeah, the answer is going to be surprising. Yeah, you probably should. The reason being that, well, there are many reasons. The first being that it's a ginormous part of the Sword Art Online series and storyline. I mean, in Japanese, it's 10 volumes straight, with each previous arc being actually only 2 volumes long. So you see that it's a really huge part of the Sword Art Online series, and the anime series couldn't, as good as it was, it just couldn't adapt all of that fantastic content of all of the world building, all of the characters, thoughts, and stuff that you will find in the light novel. And you will also find the light novels to be much more detailed and precise than the anime in its depiction of the technology, especially. Like, you will see why SRT is actually a total game changer compared to, well, the technology of Aincrad and all of those other virtual reality casks. It's just on a way different scale. I mean, you don't really get a feel of that in the anime. It kind of feels like, you know, Aincrad 2 or something, but in the light novel, you're gonna discover a whole new side of the story you already know. So I think it's really a fantastic way to discover the series, to rediscover the series, even if you've already seen the anime. And there's also another point that will probably be interesting to you, is that we already, the anime actually only goes as far as the 7th French light novel, and we've already got the 8th light novel out, so you will be able to find out before anyone else what goes on actually in the underworld. You're gonna be able to find out what goes on there, and I think, you know, it's really fantastic way for the French audience to be able to, well, just discover again Sword Art Online, and especially Alicization. And for all of you viewers who are more of manga type of readers, you will also be able to read the Project Alicization manga by Kotaro Yamada, which will have its 2nd volume coming out next month.
All right. As you said, it is mainly for French people here, but we have also some announcement for Russia, the Russian countries. So actually, right now there is a convention in Ode Power Japan that is taking place 30th March, 31st March, and at the historic comics booth you can find the Sword Art Online Alicization light novel volume 13 to 16. Going on Alicization, I have also an announcement to make. It is about the new video game Sword Art Online Alicization Licorice. So, for those who haven't seen yet the trailer, let's watch it now.
俺が目覚めたのは全く知らない仮想世界。いや違う、なんでここに来たのかすらわからないのに、どこかでこの世界が懐かしいと感じていた。同じ瞬間を生きた。ずっと一緒にいられると思っていた。ソードアートオンラインアリステーションリコリス。世界が君を決して忘れない。
Sword Art Online Alicization Licorice. Very hard name as well. Sword Art Online Alicization Licorice. So why this name? Actually, Licorice aurata is a flower that grows in the south of Japan. And in the flower language, it means passion, self-reliance, reunion, and I am missing one, sorry, sad memories, of course. So obviously it is linked to the video game story. And as you have seen it in the trailer, actually, it is very faithful to the light novel and to the anime story. So you are playing as Kirito, you are following his story, and you will wake up in the Relit village. You will meet a lot of characters, as we know, Yujiro, but also Alice and administrator. So, today, it's a very special day. It is the end of the first part of Alicization. I am so sad about this.
Yeah,
Adeline, tell us more about Alicization.
Well, about that, like, as we've seen, so it was the last episode of Alicization, so it was the 24th episode, and as we've seen in the end, after the ending credits, so the show will be back in October.
Yeah.
And it's very exciting, and even more, this break is actually quite important because the main reason is that we want to have a 100 quality we know A1 Picture Studio can do, and this is the moment they need to make it. So this actually announced quite good things for the second part, and until then, we just have you can keep in touch with Wakanim by following the our social networks, and of course you have all this exciting news and releases from our partners to count the month until the next part of Alicization.
Yes, it is not the end of Sword Art Online. There is always more and more contents coming. So, thank you everyone for watching these videos. If you want more news about Sword Art Online, don't forget to follow us on our different social network for the manga or light novel in your own countries, but also for Wakanim and of course Bandai Namco. Thank you very much.
Thank you.